right there. Now, do you remember the Beachbody Ready advert? There was that beautiful woman in a bikini and it was advertising protein. The company was Protein World, going back a couple of years. I made a couple of videos about it. Well, the madness continues, predictably. This from The Independent last week. Sexually suggestive lingerie advert that only showed model's body banned for objectifying women. And the thing about this is, it's meant to be sexy. It's a way of sexualizing an image. You know, they don't want some frumpy dumpy up there. They want people who aspire to those kinds of bodies and to wear those kind of clothes and to look really sexy. And these laws, these bannings, this censorship, it's taking that out of public life. You're not allowed to be sexy. This is where we are. You're not allowed to be sexual in your bedroom with written consent and a list of bylaws, perhaps. But they're trying to remove it. You know, there's this you know, this sort of almost unspoken truth about modern feminism is its hatred of hot women. And it hates them because it only sees them. Feminism sees them as objects. Objects that please men. The ring girls, the grid girls, the darts girls. The darts girls and grid girls gone. Oh no, sexy. Can't have sexy in public. They don't want them there. They don't want them because they make men happy. And oh my Lord, does feminism not want that? There's no defending removing those people, from making them unemployed and eliminating that aesthetic from the public arena. Because people like it. And yet they win. And people have to buckle because they know these lunatics, these minorities of activists. You know, they've done fucking degrees and master's degrees and PhDs in activism. They will make their life hell. They just, right, yep, okay. Oh, sorry, we didn't. When we made an overtly sexy poster, we didn't really mean to make it overtly sexual. You know, you saw in a video I made a while back the allowed version, the reminding people that about the Beachbody campaign. It was 3 huge fat monster women. That's allowed. That's all right. Do we really want our children growing up in a society that's tucking things like sexuality away? Oh, and don't forget when I say that, I'm aware of the irony, because what I'm talking about is heterosexual, heteronormative sexuality. That's what you're not allowed. Body positive sexuality, lesbian sexuality, homosexual and trans, oh, fucking everywhere. It's just put it on kids shows. Are you teaching that to the kids? Good. Are you in schools? Nice. Is it on every daytime telly show? Right, good. Is it everywhere? Yeah. But you dare engage in lads mags, sexy busty blondes on protein adverts, or fucking a torso with some breasts coming forward on a lingerie advert. You try that, oh no, you can fuck off. If you're going to buy some lingerie, go to Silks. This video is sponsored by them. I wish it was. Look at that. One of my Edinburgh shows, very successful, very popular show, called Sex Tourist. On the back of my flyer, you got a discount to a brothel in Scotland, in Edinburgh. And it was a real brothel, it was a real discount. I'd done a deal with them. If you took my flyer to that brothel, you got 10% off. And then this. Look at that. I'm not going to go through the whole article. I've kind of said what I want to say, but we'll have a look. An ad for a lingerie store has been banned by the advertising watchdog for objectifying women. Yes. What is dangerous about this is the assumption that that's a bad thing, that that's inherently negative. You know, oh, we proved, it was decided that you were objectifying women. And if I was the defendant, if I was the defending counsel, I'd have said, yeah, no, for sure we were objectifying women. We're not saying that's all they are. This is always the one. I'm not a sex object. Well, you are actually when you're having sex. You really are. You're not breeding. No, it's entertainment. And you are a sex object, as am I during sex. Come on. So yes, women were being objectified in that image. It speaks of an objectification, but it's not inherently negative to society. And you go removing it like you are and filling that void with your rainbow transient stuff, you'll suffer in the long run. The Victorian period, it's well known for being sexually repressed. That's what, you know, it's how it's discussed. That's how it's seen, this sort of Victorian kind of prudishness. Well, in truth, that was not the case. On a superficial, cultural, visible level, much like advertising is today, it appeared prudish. It appeared as if, well, no, we don't do that sort of dirty stuff. But underneath that representation, what was actually going on? Oh, the Victorians were fucking like rabbits in every way you can imagine. Really. The hardest core porn you can find on the internet would not have been out of place in Victorian England. I'm talking about the upper middles, not the people who sold shit for a living. Anyway, let's go on. That's the point, though. Yes, it is objectifying. So what? That's not negative. A complaint was made to the Advertising Standards Authority. Who made that complaint? Who saw that post and went, oh, no, I've got nothing to do today. I've got nothing better to do today. I'm going to complain. Oh, you're objectifying every woman. This is the other thing, of course. Who are they protecting? Getting rid of this? What woman or girl can't cope with this shit? You know, you never hear men complaining about all the six-pack men everywhere. Perfect chiseled jaws, tanned, buff, perfect hair, teeth. No one gives a shit. So what? Who are you protecting? And again, strangely Victorian idea that women don't know their own minds. This idea that, you know, if it wasn't for people like you, women would just, I'll wear some lingerie and let everyone fuck me because of that advert. Well, thank God for the person who made this call. I mean, imagine this advert went up. That day would be chaos. It'd be like an orgy around the first poster. Everyone would just be looking at it. All the women would just be looking at it and laying on their backs with their legs out, taking 5 penises. If you hadn't have made your complaint. Look at this. Look where we've got to. She was leaning forward to emphasise her bust. Accompanied by the text, tease the season, almost means nothing. They couldn't spin that in any way. They just dropped it in there. The ASA said the purpose of the ad was to advertise a collection of lingerie, and therefore we considered it was reasonable. Oh, do you? It was reasonable to feature a woman in limited amounts of clothing. My lord, what are you people? You know, I wouldn't want to expect exposing too much flesh. Oh my God, her skirt went way up over her knees, Arthur. The ad did not show the model's face and focused on her body, which was posed leaning over in a way that emphasised her chest. The watchdog said it considered the model's pose and the image, combined with the meaningless text "tease the season," was sexually suggestive. And also found that by a court of law has come to the decision that a fucking lingerie advert was sexually suggestive. And in the contents of the sexually suggestive pose and byline, the image invited viewers to view the woman's body as a sexual object. Yes, it did. And there's no explanation. They do not say, of course, the problem with advertising objectifying women is No, you'll never get that explanation. There isn't one. It's just assumed. This is what feminism is. It's like a religion. It has these mantras. Don't objectify me. You're sexually objectifying women. There's nothing behind them. They don't mean anything. It's like using the Bible for evidence that God existed. Look at this. Look at this thing here. They have been accused. The advert was sex. Yeah, look, the next one. For those reasons, we considered that the ad objectified women, and we therefore considered that it was likely to cause serious or widespread offence. There you go. They've leapt as well from the why to the problem with that. This is absolute bullshit. How does an advert sexually objectifying a woman? How is that likely to cause serious or widespread offence? How is it? And if it actually is, then that society is already fucked. If putting that advert caused widespread and or serious offence, the society that responded to that advert in that way is already well past saving. And I'm happy to say that because I know it fucking isn't. I know that if you put those posters up, almost nothing happens. At best, some people buy that lingerie. At best, the brand gets known a bit better. At worst, no one bought anything. That's the widespread problem. That's the widespread offence. This is crazy. And then straight down like the Stasi, the ad must not appear again in its current form. We told Silks not to use ads that objectified women and that were therefore likely to cause offence. Just the same line again. I thought I was reading the previous line. I got confused there. No, just the same again. Why? What? Look, there's no... Look at this bit here. There's a bit missing. This is the big problem. Look. We told Silks not to use ads that objectified women because objectification of women, blah, 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 for society. And that were therefore likely to... But you never get that. You never get the explanation. There isn't one. This is just cack. These people piss me off. You know what really does me? This is what feminism is doing. This is people's lives. This is their activism. This is their politics. This is their dragons. And the upshot of it is, in Britain today, or England, maybe it's Britain, will be, but for sure in England, you can't have a sexy woman in a lingerie advert. That's happened. It was proved with the Protein World. Sorry. It was proved with the Protein World, and it's been proved with this. Sexy women are off. They're off the grid. They're out the darts. You don't get them at the boxing. It's over. And it's like what I was saying about the Victorians. If you repress sexuality, it comes out sideways. That's when it goes off and does mad things. It's crazy. Try and step back a bit. You know, we're so used to all this madness. Sometimes it's like, oh, look, that happened. I better. It's crazy. You can't have a sexy woman on a lingerie advert now, because it might cause serious or widespread offence. What the fuck is going on? It's such weakness. It's humiliating to be a part of.
Thanks for watching.
Let's do the next two.